completely pessimistic. There's hope.
So you might not vote, but you think other people definitely should vote.
Do what you want, man. But I think we need to make a national holiday out of voting. I really do.
I like that slogan. Do what you want, man.
Do what you
If someone
want.
ran on that, I think they would get elected.
That's a good slogan.
Yeah,
man.
that is Libertarian Party 2016. Do what you want, man.
I can't sit here on a pedestal, man. I tell people you should vote.
No, you're right. You don't trust the government.
I don't.
And you don't trust humanity.
Look at you. You're
a big jumper.
Look at you. You look like you've been in a few Geico commercials, and now you're hosting
Absolutely.
a documentary.
Great.
So no, I don't trust people.
No. Great. So we got it here. Aaron Hodges doesn't trust people. And he might vote. We don't know. Our population is exposed to so many choices, and no matter how strange their own thoughts, they can find like-minded peers, like BronyCon, or the thousands of people who gather and discuss the reptilians that they believe control all of humanity. As it becomes easier to organize, a country dominated by two political parties cannot last forever. According to the Pew Research Center, 50% of millennials consider themselves independents. The dual dictatorship of Democrat and Republican is coming to an end. So you don't see the Republican Party splitting, maybe between Republicans and Libertarians?
Well, I hope that in the end we do come together, we don't make hell out of each other, so we can win and beat Hillary Clinton or whatever other liberal it's going to be, because Obama has just about destroyed our republic. We're going over the edge, so we cannot have any more of this.
People on the right are afraid to admit that the name Republican has been tarnished. The Democrats are barely maintaining the youth vote and rely on the subsidized voters to get them in office. The Democrats and Republicans have lost the support of an entire generation. Where multiple party systems have failed in America's past, the internet and communication age could change that. People didn't know what the hell a libertarian was 8 years ago. Now, more people identify as libertarian than ever before. Why do you vote third party?
Why don't I? I mean, I have. Basically, in the 08 election, I voted for Obama. That was the only Democrat or Republican that I voted for. It was all independent after. It was Obama and then all independent. So that's the direction that I have been heading for a long time. You know, so
You ain't the only one.
I don't believe in the two-party system at all, and I don't think everybody's losing faith in this shit.
If the Republican Party does split, could two small parties ever defeat the giant Democrat machine? In every district, the conservative vote will be split, giving more elections to the left. If you can't split the party, could libertarianism infect the Republican Party and change it from within? Or does the party of Richard Nixon and George Bush already have a stigma attached to its name?
The major parties are very well funded, and they're structured, and they are put in place, over many, many years. And a third major party has a lot to contend with. For example, the press, the print media, does not want a third major party. They benefit greatly from there being two major parties. And we get criticized tremendously here for standing for nothing. It's because we don't take social stands. We don't take a stand on social issues, which is the way this party is designed. We don't think the party should be powerful. We don't think the leadership should be power brokers. We think the party should basically be a vehicle for a candidate to speak to the voters, and that's it, without interference from special interest groups, not interference from political leaders.
The magical fixing would be, I wish that people would be more interested in letting other people decide things for themselves. I wish that they didn't try to vote on other people's lives as much as they do, or at the very least vote on getting politicians and their neighbors out of those people's lives. Directly voting on something doesn't make it moral or practical. I think that there are many issues where you shouldn't really have a say on what your neighbor does, whether he wants to marry his boyfriend or he wants to smoke marijuana or what have you.
The live and let live attitude is catching on in this country. People don't care about each other anymore, and not in a bad way. People don't want to enforce rules on each other anymore. The world as we know it is becoming less free. If America falls, humanity will enter a worldwide phase of intrusive government. Now is the time to once again shake up the party system. Is 2016 the perfect time to go third party? Is 2020 a good time? Is 2055? Is 3,462? Who the hell knows? What the libertarians and socialist progressives both want is to democratically overthrow the current political class. A government of new faces means the seeds of corruption will have shallow roots. The name of the game is money. Parties and politicians rely on wealthy political donors to help them fund campaigns and projects, and the donor expects favors in return. This doesn't happen because they're all evil people. This happens because getting voters to pay attention requires millions of dollars. Ask random strangers to name 3 elected politicians currently serving, and you'll see. It's your voter apathy that drives the DC machine, and your apathy that drives the governments in your states. The worse your voter apathy, the less likely we are to ever see money handed to small parties instead of the big two. It's time for the re-revolution. Back to how this country was founded in the first place. Back to our Constitution. Or like the non-voters do, you can hang out. And remember, no matter how bad things get, eventually you'll be dead. And you can leave it for your grandkids to figure out. Get out there and change America. Go vote in primaries. Start political parties. Pledge to vote third party. Or don't do anything at all. Whatever our government becomes, whomever controls our political future, it's your fault, America.
So by show of hands, who here will be voting in the midterm elections? You will be. Yes. And you will be. And you will be. And you guys don't know. So I'm here with the Joker. How's it going, Joker? All right. Somebody Number one, where are you from?
Long Island.
Long Island. All right. So you're a New Yorker.
Yeah.
And I want to know, will you be voting in the midterm elections?
Most likely.
Most likely. All right. What is important to you? Oh, Ed! Oh, look at you. What's going on,
Tom,
Gene
how you
Simmons? Oh, Tom. Gene Simmons, man. Who knew? We're just interested in knowing why the youth has such a apathetic, perspective as far as voting. Is it you're not interested in politics, or it's definitely lack of interest, and just I don't know, and it's something I should know for sure. Yeah. I just, I spend more time going to conventions than reading. I can definitely understand that. What don't you like about what's going on with your Congress right now?
I don't really find them to be the most effective people for the job, I guess.
I can definitely understand that. Definitely understand that. I'm from Staten Island. We got congressmen who like to threaten people.
Yeah, you understand what I'm saying.
I totally understand, man.
I believe it's my duty to vote. If I want to complain, I have to vote. If you don't vote, if you don't try to make a difference in one way or another, there's no room to complain. That's my opinion. And also because there are important issues that need to be addressed.
Absolutely. What are some issues that are important to you that right now you want to change or you want to
Well,
address?
I mean, certainly the economy is a big thing. Also, the way the way government controls things. I feel like there's a little bit too much control for the government. Post 9/11, once the Patriot Act came into play, I feel like most of our rights were taken away.
You have a voice, use that voice.
Absolutely.
So, me personally, I'm generally going just straight Democratic with mine just because that's usually what goes with my general beliefs. So, I'm not exactly sure who I was running, but unless I hear something horrible to say, hey, this guy is killing kids and tossing them off a bridge somewhere, I'm going to go with Democrats this year.
Understand, man. Your local congressman, I'm going to tell you right now, is the most important election you could vote in. Because president, all the way up in D.C. Governor, all the way up in wherever the hell you guys are from. I know here in New York, it's all the way up in Albany. I'm not fucking taking an 8-hour train up to Albany. All right? Mayor, wherever the hell he is. Your congressman is so close that you can ring his doorbell and choke the shit out of him.
It's not just congressional. It's judges, it's council people. It goes all